worse and worse in every single video. My hair is gonna be like drying throughout this video because I just got out of the shower. So if you start to see that it's getting frizzy, it's because I did not style it at all. So before we get into this video, I wanted to mention that it is National Suicide Prevention Month, which is really, really important. And I just want to put it out there that if you or someone you know is contemplating suicide or having thoughts of suicide, you can get help. There are so many free resources online, but also please understand that you are cared for and loved. There is someone who cares about you and loves you very, very much. You know, problems, pain, like difficult situations are all temporary, but suicide is not. Please, please, please get help if you need it. There's no shame in that. I actually made a video a couple years ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, where I talk about suicide in more depth, and I feel like I did a really good job talking about the topic then, so I'm gonna go ahead and link that video down below. I highly recommend you guys watch that video. It is one of, if not the most important video on my entire channel. I just think there's some very valuable insight and information in that video, and so it is a very important video to me, and it is on a very important topic. So, but from that, let's get into the video. You know I don't like complaining. Or maybe I do, because I do it so much nowadays. What I'm going to talk about today is the reason why I believe people are scared to ask for help. And I mean this like academically, like as in like you're scared to ask for help with like homework or like a concept you don't understand, like along those lines. And the obvious answer is that there's like a fear of being perceived as dumb. No one wants anyone else to think that they're dumb, right? But I don't think that is like the only reason why. I think honestly it's more so like if you have had experiences where you have reached out to someone and asked for help, on an assignment or something, and they have given you like negative feedback in a way that makes you feel dumb, that is the reason why you don't ask for help anymore. And I'm like realizing that now. I don't know if this is the reason why, I just feel like it's the reason why, because like, you know, I used to like be a little afraid to ask for help in high school. Now I do all the time because I'm like, you know what, I should be better about that. I want to get good grades, I want to understand things. I will ask a million questions until I understand something, and I don't think there's any shame in that. The reason I'm talking about this today is because I had a really annoying experience today, and I'm not gonna mention any names, subjects, nothing. I'm not gonna mention any of that. I'm just gonna tell the story. But this really pissed me off, and I wanted to share it today. I'm in this intro class, and it's pretty challenging. Like, it's like a tough class, but I love it. I love the content so far. Like, all the concepts just click to me. I just genuinely enjoy the class. Like, I enjoy the content of the class. And so every time I had a question with anything, like, or something that was like minor that I didn't understand, I would always go to the study resource that we had, where it's like a bunch of graduate assistants that come to this room and they help you with any questions that you have, or like with homework and stuff. So I've been using that a lot, and I go there all the time. I'll work on my homework there. If I have a question, I'll ask. You know, it's really nice. Like, it's a really, really good resource. I literally live there. Like, I go there so frequently, and sometimes I just do my homework there and leave. Like, it's just a nice resource to have, right? I actually want to learn. Like, I am not just going there to get answers and leave. I genuinely want to learn how to do things because I like the class. I like the content. So I want to know how to do things, okay? Keep that in mind. So I go to this lab today because this new unit, or like this new chapter, I would say, that we're learning is a little like confusing to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is the first thing I have not understood in this class so far, and it kind of tripped me up. I was like, oh, everything else makes sense. Why doesn't this? So I was like, damn, I should go figure it out. So I went to the study session, right, with all the GAs, and I was ready to like understand, like finally understand what I hadn't understood for so long. And so I go in there, and there was only one tutor available at the time, so I sat with her. And right off the bat, I just, her personality, it didn't seem very compatible with mine. Like, I was a little more like bubbly and like giggly and stuff, and she was like not really. She was like, I don't know, like more serious, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with being serious. It just didn't match my personality. This homework problem, keep in mind, I was done with like more than half of it. I only had like 2 questions left, or like less than 2 questions left, and I was trying to figure out how to do it because I had never done these types of questions before, so I was like pretty confused. And I told her, I was like, hey, this is super new to me. I don't understand this concept. I need help. Like, I literally don't understand the concept, right? So then she tries to explain this concept to me, and the way she's explaining it, it just, in my opinion, was not done well. Like, I did not, like, after she finished talking, I was still clueless. Like, I had no idea. Maybe it's my fault, maybe it's hers, I don't know. I still didn't know what I was doing, right? So I told her, I was like, I'm not really understanding. And then she explained it again, but like in the exact same way she just did. So I was like, okay, it didn't help because I didn't understand the first time. How could I understand the second time if you said the same thing and I told you to understand? I didn't understand what was going on. And then she said to me, and this made me mad. I didn't react, but this made me mad when she said this. She was like, you need to go back and learn all the basic stuff before you come here because you're not gonna be able to do any of this if you don't know the basics. And I was like, ooh, and I told her, I was like, I know this, this, and this. I just don't know how to apply this concept to this new type of thing that we're doing. Because I was fine doing everything else. This is just very new. There's a lot more like aspects to it. I didn't know what was going on. And that's what I told her, and then she was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, let me try doing this on my own, and then I'll show you, and you can like check it or like tell me if something is wrong and like why it's wrong. And she was like, okay, sounds good. I go through, I fill it out, still pretty clueless, and then I told her, I was like, hey, I'm done if you want to check it now. And so she starts checking it. Whenever there was something wrong on my homework, she would just say no. But she wouldn't tell me why. I'd be like, is this right? And she'd say no. And then I'd be like, why? I could feel her getting irritated. I was staying very calm. I was like trying. I apologized a million times too. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just don't get it. Like, this is just really new. But she was getting like frustrated, but she was like, no, it's okay. You're so good. Even though like she was turning red because she was getting mad. The way she was like trying to explain things to me was in a way that I would only understand it if I had already known what was going on like prior, which I didn't. And then she said to me, and this is when I actually responded like verbally to her. She said to me, she said, it seems like you don't really care much about understanding or knowing how to do it, you just want the answer. This pissed me off. Like, I got so mad at her. I told her, I was like, that's not the case at all. Like, I genuinely want to understand how to do this. It's just that the way you're explaining it is not making sense to me. That's what I said. At the time, I thought it was really mean, but now that I'm saying it, like repeating it, I don't think it was that mean. I think that's pretty like, it's like, I don't know what the f is going on. Like, that's just what it is. Then she got really mad. So she starts like going through the process with me, which is what I wanted. She had not done this. So she starts going through the process, and as she's going through it, I'm saying like, right, like as in like, I'm following you. And then she stops and she's like, see, like, why are you saying right when you don't understand? And I was like, what? What? It's like, oh my god. When she was trying to explain to me the first time, I was saying right? As in like, I follow you. But if you're explaining something to someone and like, you're explaining it like step by step, right? And someone is like, right, like I follow you. But then you skip everything and then go to the end, that's not how you explain something. You have to explain it like each and every single step. But she would be like, step, and then she would like jump. And so that's why I was like, right, and then we go to the end and I'd be like, what? I think she was upset because she's like, why are you confused? Like, why are you saying you understood it and then you don't? But it's because you weren't explaining everything in between. I was really calm when I was talking to her. Honestly, I don't know how I was, because I was getting really pissed. When she made that comment to me about wanting the answer and not wanting to understand how it was done, I literally was about to get up and leave. Because at that point, I was like, I would rather get this question wrong than sit here with you right now. Anyway, nothing productive came out of that, by the way. Like, that whole interaction was just not productive. I didn't learn anything. And then she was like, I'm like supposed to be the GA for Zoom right now, so I have to help people that are in the Zoom call. And I was like, okay, so she stopped helping me. So I got up and I went somewhere else, and I collaborated with some other students who were also working on the same homework, which we're allowed to do, by the way. Not cheating, we are allowed to do that. And we ended up getting it, so yeah. Hi, I'm in my bed editing right now, and I totally forgot to mention this in the video, but there was a point where she was like starting to like actually raise her voice at me, and that's when I was like trying to stay calm, and I was like super stoic the whole time, super good about that kind of stuff, very respectful. But that was around the time when I was like genuinely thinking about just getting up and leaving the room because I was getting so irritated. And also another thing I didn't mention was that at the very end, after she was on Zoom, she made an announcement to everyone. Like, I guess she was still thinking about what happened with me. She made an announcement to everyone in the room. She stopped everyone in the room from working and was like, just so you guys know, we're not here to help you guys work through the homework problems. You guys can come to us with questions, but we're not going to work through the problems with you, as if like I was hogging all her time going through every single part of the question when I just wanted to know how to do the concept so I could do it on my own, but she made it seem another way. Anyway, I forgot to say that, but I wanted to add that in here. Okay, bye. So the point of this video is that if you don't understand something, you should ask for help. It's not always your fault if you don't understand something. Do your best to not feel like it's you that's dumb, or like you're dumb for not understanding something, because the other person should not be making you feel that way. If the other person is making you feel dumb, they're not a great teacher. They should be encouraging you and helping you and like trying to make sure you understand rather than making you feel like you're useless at whatever subject you're doing. If you don't like teaching, then don't teach. If you don't have patience to teach someone who is struggling or doesn't understand something, don't teach. Something I like live by is that if you do not want to help someone, then don't help them. Because I would never want to be helped by someone that does not want to help me. Who would want that? Who would want to like knowing someone does not want to help you, take help from them? Who, like, why the hell would you, like, what? Anyway, moral of the story is you're not dumb, ask for help, it's okay. Sometimes you get a good tutor, sometimes you won't. It does not make you dumb if you don't understand something. End of story, that's it, period. As for that girl that I worked with today, I'm sorry if I pissed you off, but you pissed me off too, so I guess like it cancels now, so we're even. Maybe you were having a bad day. today. I don't know. If you were, that's totally valid. That's cool. You are forgiven. That does not mean I ever want to work with you ever again. I do not. And not because you pissed me off today, just because I feel like the way you explain things just doesn't work for me. So there's no reason for me to want to work with you again. And I doubt you want to work with me either, because I don't understand you. So I feel like we were speaking different languages at each other today that neither of us were fluent in. So anyway guys, that is the end of this video. I guess I just kind of wanted to vent, but also give you guys a positive out of it, because that whole experience was not very good. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. You can subscribe if you want. I upload videos every Saturday. But other than that, I'm gonna go. So I will see you guys next week with another video. So until then.